Well, it's congratulations to Florida State. They capped off a really good season, undefeated season. It's hard to do, so credit them, their players, their coaches. They played hard, and they found a way to win the game. For us, it was disappointing. I'll take the blame for the loss. I would like to play a whole lot better than that on offense. I thought our defense played really, really well the entire game. Gave us a chance without question. Our special teams played really, really well. And we were not up to par on offense, so that's my fault. And once we had to kind of rely on the passing game a little too much, we couldn't execute very well. So that was disappointing. So we'll have to figure out ways to fix that moving forward. I'm sure we'll have another tough game, in the bowl game coming up. But disappointing today. But I do think a lot of guys that played hard. And quite a few guys that played really well, especially on defense and special teams. Unfortunately, offense was not good, and that's my fault.
Any questions, please raise your hand and let one of the mic operators get to you. Question on the right.
Hey Jeff, Manny Navarro with The Athletic. You guys had an incompletion in the end zone there in the fourth quarter, and I was just curious if you considered all challenging that call, the incompletion on the drop.
Well, I would hope that they reviewed it. We had some time there, so I was told it was an incomplete pass, but that's all I know on that one.
Any other questions?
Chris Nee with Knowles 24/7. When they went to the Wildcat and Philly had the success on those back-to-back plays with the touchdown, why did that happen? You guys had obviously been very good against the run against them. Why did that allow them to have some success? What was it that changed the picture?
Well, quite honestly, our adjustment to Wildcat the first couple times was not good, so that part I did not like. That's on us as coaches. After that, we adjusted it to something more aggressive, and we stopped it every time. So that was not the best coaching on our end. And then, of course, we didn't execute it, but we switched that plan up after that, and unfortunately it cost us.
Yeah, Jeff, Brooks Holden with the CJ. When you talk about the offense just having a rough night, does that come down to just keeping Jack upright? He was getting tons of pressure. Or, when you look at this game, what do you think was the biggest failure for the offense?
Well, these guys pressed us across the board, on the slot, on the outside. They challenged routes, and we had to earn our completions. We got a few. We missed a couple plays early we could have hit. We kind of dropped one in the end zone right before the end of the fourth quarter that we needed to catch. We let the one kind of slip out of our tight end in the end zone as well that we needed to catch. And then after that we didn't execute. So once it got turned into a heavy pass-oriented game in the fourth quarter when we're down, we were really dismal with that. So it just goes to show that if we don't have balance, we have a long ways to go in the passing game.
Third row pitch.
Hey Jeff, Tyler Griever with WDRB. How would you evaluate how Jack played tonight? What do you think he struggled with?
Well, it wasn't his best game. I think early on, he did some pretty good things. Missed a few throws here and there. Didn't pull the trigger a few times, but not until the interception in the end zone. That's when the wheels started to come off a little bit. So we got to go back and look and figure out ways to not allow that to happen again. But like I said, he played hard. He hung in there. Like I said, once we got to where we were pass oriented, trying to come back, they were good pass rushers. We got pressure on the quarterback. Could he have stood in there a little longer and made a couple throws? Probably. But the balance left us, and really all year when we've had to throw it a whole lot, we have not been as efficient as we need to be. So that's we got work to do.
Front row.
Alexis Cubitt, Louisville Courier Journal. Jeff, I guess how much do you attribute just the offensive mistakes and miscues to being self-inflicted as opposed to what Florida State was doing defensively?
Well, I'll give Florida State a whole lot of credit. We knew they were going to press us on the outside, press us on the slot, challenge routes, play downhill. They were very active, and we needed to run the ball some. So, we had a hard time getting some yards with the run early on. We finally broke a few on a couple drives early in the second half that helped us got us in position to take a lead, to get some points, and we stalled in the red zone. And we had some chances. Like I said, we probably had, they weren't two easy catches, but we had two balls that we could easily catch to score a touchdown. And I just think once we threw the interception on third down, when we're in scoring territory and right in the game, that's when the wheels started to come off, and we were extremely inefficient after that. So, like I said, that's on me. I need to do a better job.
Front row, far left. C.L. Brown, Louisville Courier-Journal. Jeff, how much, when you look back on this game in terms of the building of this program, how you won it, how much will you kind of point to some of those plays that you feel like you could have made in terms of a championship game? You're not going to get a lot of opportunities, and you have to seize those opportunities.
Well, like I said, the way I saw the game on the field, I haven't watched the film, but our defense really played well, and we needed them to. The team was playing their third quarterback, but we played pretty well overall, other than the Wildcat couple plays that really cost us. They played to the end, so I'm proud of their effort. They kept us in the game. Our special teams, okay, we maybe had one punt that we shanked, but other than that, got us the advantage, got us the ball in scoring territory. And then we couldn't convert. So, like I said, we had chances to convert, and we have to make those plays. And sometimes guys gotta understand. You got to make contested plays. You got to make contested plays with people kind of holding on to you, grabbing onto you, hitting you as to catch the ball, hitting you as to throw the ball. Against good football teams, that's how real football works. And we were not able to make those. And then, like I said, after that, then we really started to stink it up on offense in the fourth quarter.
Other questions for Coach? Back TV, up right. Up left, right.
Jeff, Dominic Hicks, WLKY. Just big picture, what was this experience like, just being here, playing for an ACC championship, and I guess just what did you say to the guys just in the locker room?
Well, I was very optimistic with our team after the game because I was very proud of their performance. I thought they played very hard. I thought there were a lot of guys that prepared hard, wanted to win. Quite a few guys that gave really good performances. Unfortunately, we had a handful not play up to par. And like I said, I think you got to play better on offense. So that starts with me as the head coach. We got to figure out ways to create a few more big plays. We got to figure out a way we have to throw the ball out to be more efficient. And that was what was disappointing. That's what cost us. But I do think our guys wanted to win. They were up for the challenge as far as facing an undefeated team in a championship game. And we had some moments. We scored a couple of those touchdowns late in the third quarter, early fourth quarter. It's a different ball game, but we didn't. And when that didn't happen, they took advantage of it, and things went south.
Last question, front row.
You kind of touched on it a little bit just now, but I guess just overall, how do you feel like this team handled the moment, being that it was the first time the program has gotten to the ACC Championship game?
I thought they handled the moment well as far as, they were jacked up, ready to play. They had a good week of practice. It's not a fun losing our last game as well, but we knew this was going to be very challenging. We were going to have to play well in order to win. And I think we were right there in the game with numerous chances. Stalled in the red zone for field goals early on, which you can't do against good teams. Didn't convert when we had a chance to score, and I don't know, maybe take the lead or tie the game. Can't remember what the score was, and really get some momentum going. Didn't happen, and then it was, once we had to try to make plays in the fourth quarter, we didn't make any.
And thank you, Coach.